the Visa Halftime Report. Visa, everywhere you want to be.
While more action will be coming up soon in Toronto, we discuss Metro problems here on the Visa Halftime Report. Hey everybody, DC Wrestling MTA back with you yet again. And we're going to talk about some headaches of the Metro. First of all, summer of delays. They're known to do that. It means workarounds and some mitigation. This system will expect delayed trains and congestion due to repairs this summer, and the agency is trying to mitigate some of the pain for the riders. I know you're paying guys in the Metro. Orange and Silver Line trains will run at late night headways all day, and Blue Line trains will end at Arlington Cemetery for 16 days in August. And temporary bus lane will help move Metro Extra G9 buses over Rhode Island Avenue and Brooklyn stations on the Red Line will be closed from July 21st to September 3rd. And that means they announced that on the 20th. Due to the 10 commuting days, the Orange, Blue, and Silver Line work in particular, customers who use these lines are being encouraged to plan alternate routes now and use Metro only if absolutely necessary. But hey, let's talk about our headaches first. The headaches of the Red Line. The first project of the summer is a 45-day shutdown on the Red Line to perform rail reprofiling around the Rhode Island Avenue station in order to raise the tracks up a couple of inches. So currently when train doors open at Rhode Island Avenue, a gap between the doors and the granite edge of the platform is large enough that Metro says the station is no longer ADA accessible. And the transit agency responded to a letter from Ward 5 Councilmember Kenyon McDuffie and noted the shutdown including Brooklyn Station, as Metro crews will be working on both sides of the track along the entire rail segment from Noel Gallaudet University Station to Fort Totten throughout the duration of the shutdown. And in addition to structural work and platform rehabilitation of Rhode Island Avenue, they'll be taking advantage of the shutdown to do additional maintenance work. This includes major work on 2 switches in the Brentwood Rail Yard, which is a mainline interclocking and rail fastener and tire replacement. And stations, they'll be doing work of canopies, roofs, bus loops, lighting, and other improvements. So basically minor improvements. And Metro previously shut down the same section of track for 25 days in the fall of 2016, October 29th, November 22nd to be exact, during a safe track surge in order to perform major rehab work. And the final report available from that project notes that 2,028 cross ties, 795 insulators, and 1,738 feet of rail, 245 fasteners, and 30 power cables were replaced during that surge, among other things. And while this summer track work is the same area that Metro shut down for those 25 days, at least the two are not the same. While SafeTrack brought the system to a state of good repair, they continue with a robust preventative maintenance program. And during the upcoming shutdown, Red Line trains between Fort Totten and Glenmont will run every 10 minutes, and trains between Shady Grove and Noel Gallaudet will run every 6 minutes. The agency plans to run shuttle buses between Fort Totten, Brooklyn, Rhode Island Avenue, and Noel Gallaudet during the hours the rail is open. As other set of shuttle buses will run between Brooklyn, Rhode Island Avenue, Metro Center, Reality Place, and Union Station. The buses running the bus bridges during the shutdown will not be Metro buses during the agency document. According to agency documents, Metro issued a request for proposals earlier in April requesting bus companies to provide both buses and staff to operate the shuttles between the affected stations. All buses are required to be ADA accessible and accommodate wheelchairs and other mobility devices. The temporary bus line 7 Rhode Island Avenue will be between North Capitol Street and 12th Street Northeast, and will be in effect from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday. The Metro expects the Metro Extra G9, which will run all its hours Metro Rail is open 7 days a week, to be the main user of the lane. And Metro's current plans call for extending every other Yellow Line train up to Greenbelt during some morning and evening peak periods, which is a 50% increase in service between the current schedule. And though still fewer trains have run in years past Mount Vernon and Greenbelt, the Yellow Line currently ends at Mount Vernon during peak. So now expect Rush Plus to come back a little bit. The resurrection of Rush Plus to the Yellow Line at least. But now orange, silver, and blue riders can see their own challenges. While the red line shutdown is in effect, orange and silver lines are set to single track 16 days from August 11th to August 26th between McPherson Square and Smithsonian for that time period. Metro says those two lines will run 20 minutes all day, even during morning and evening rush hour, so it's going to be extremely crowded on platforms. When asked, Lee said that both the red, orange, silver, and blue line projects overlap on purpose, just meaning specifically scheduled for the end of summer when travel is lighter. Well, yeah, but expect still a lot of work crowds to pile up. Similar to work done during SleepTrack, crews are going to use the extended shutdown between those stations, install new rail fasteners, and pour new concrete grout pads, which support the electrified third rail. And Blue Line trains will run between Franconia and Arlington Cemetery every 16 minutes. And additional Yellow Line trains will run between Franconia and Greenville every 16 minutes as well. The old Rush Plus routing, some may remember from years back, which I do. Yellow Line trains from Huntington will end at Mount Vernon like usual, while the other two projects overlap. So yeah, expect also Yellow Line trains to get to Franconia as well. And Rush Hour Promise Metro's program, which refunds riders if the trip is 15 minutes longer than the maximum length the trip should be, will not be in effect for the orange, blue, and silver lines during extended single tracking, nor will it be for effect on the red line between Glenmont and Fort Totten. So hopefully people still get to work on time, or if not, they have to leave a little earlier, 15-20 minutes earlier from Glenmont or wherever they're going from. And but also here we got some more future action back in here. It's DC setting new goals to be sustainable. So 6 years ago, DC released its Sustainable DC plan with ambitious goals for sustainability in energy, trash, transportation, and a whole lot more. Now officials are updating it, and they have a new set of goals for you to look at. What do you think? So leave a comment if what do you think the metro should have in the future in DC all around. Includes goals like reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 50%, very important. Reusing 20% of all waste produced in the district, ensuring 3/4 of residents live within a quarter mile of a full-service grocery store. And some of the transportation targets, and a few select sub-goals that may catch any eye. And by 2032, increase the public transit to 50% of all commuter trips by all wards in all wards of the area. And one of those areas is to complete a bus rapid transit study on high capacity corridors, improve transit connections to employment and activity centers from underserved areas, and launch an integrated pavement method for use on multiple transit systems. And biking and walking to 25% of all commuter trips in all wards as well. And that basically means to develop a safe and convenient citywide 100-mile bicycle lane network. Expand the Capital Bike Share program to 300 stations by 2020, not coming up about less than 1.5 years, to ensure that all district residents have access to a bike share station within half a mile of their home. And program crosswalks and traffic lights for improved safety and convenience of pedestrians and cyclists, prioritizing children, seniors, and people with disabilities. And based on results of current dockless bike pilot, facilitate new, accessible, and active transportation options such as dockless bike share and scooter systems. And also, if you want to commute to DC, that's going to be reduced by car to 25%, which is basically encouraging ride sharing, van pooling, and car sharing, and encouraging private businesses to offer incentives to employees commuting by transit, biking, and walking, and working with the Washington Metropolitan Council of Governments, the WMCG, to increase regional options to reduce SOV trips, including studying a regional congestion fee and studying the impact of autonomous vehicles on public transit and public space. And also by 2032, reducing greenhouse gas emissions from transportation by 60%. That is a very big key. Global warming, if that doesn't happen, and that requires district government and incentivizing of private businesses incentivizing private businesses to purchase zero to low emission fleet vehicles, building a system of electric vehicle charging stations throughout the city. I'm not so sure. Use hydrogen instead, because that also somehow just does emit carbon dioxide. And fully electrify district controlled buses, and work with regional bus systems to reduce regional bus emissions. And some of these actions are from the current plan, while others are new or changed. And those top level targets are most significant. The original plan set these aggressive targets of moving commute mode shares to 50% transit, 25% walk and biking, and 25% of just car. And some housing and building goals. 2032, accommodating the district's projected population growth of 250,000 residents while maintaining quality and affordability for all. And that is creating, preserving affordable workforce housing that accommodates different family sizes and both energy and water efficient, and reducing required parking minimums and restrict surface parking for large developments, and modifying zoning regulations to facilitate dense transit-oriented development. And also they hope to provide essential services within a 10-minute walk, and a variety of services and amenities within a 20-minute walk of all residents. And that includes the encouragement of affordable live/work units, locate affordable high-density housing close to commercial zones and high-capacity transit, and strengthening walkable, vibrant commercial corridors by supporting small district-based retail, and audit 100% of existing commercial and multifamily buildings, and implement improvements to achieve carbon reduction goals. And that is to rehab all public housing to be green, healthy, and equipped to meet net zero energy standards. Develop a green building workforce by training built environment professionals and building up operation and maintenance staff in the latest green skills, and retrofit and modernize all public buildings to reduce portfolio energy used by 50%, and maximize installation of renewable energy technology, and also meet net zero in use standards with all new construction projects, and develop policies or regulations to improve the sustainability, livability, and resilience of new development, which includes the update of the Green Building Act to require higher levels of energy efficiency, renewable energy requirements, and broader sustainability metrics for public projects. Provide incentives for new building projects to achieve net zero energy, and by 2026 update the building codes to require that all new buildings achieve net zero energy use or better. And those last two, especially that third one, like I just said, may be as hard as long as historic preservation rules won't bend at all for sustainability. And take a look at the whole plan outline on Greater Washington. What do you think that should be added or changed? You can comment as long as you want, and yeah. What green plans do you think should be with DC? Comment down below, or tweet on Twitter for me, and the name is WTA4000 for that, and that'll be it. So that's today's halftime. We'll see you at the second half back at Union Station to see what TTC rocket car will catch next.